What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet VGC video. Today I have like a little bit of a discussion video because there are some Pokemon returning to Scarlet and Violet that could impact the landscape of the metagame. But of course I have my partner in crime here, Brady Mercury. You want to say hi?
What's up? How's it going?
Yeah, so Brady, why don't you tell the people what milestone you just hit on your channel?
Well, I just hit 1K subs. All thanks to this guy. Honestly, like I went from like 924 to 1,000 now, like just over 1,000.
Yeah, so you better start uploading. You better start uploading. We'll do videos on your channel together because we always do it for my channel.
Yeah, we should.
But yeah, no, but today, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Cinderace and Charizard, two guys that we thought would only be coming over from like home transfer, but we got them via raids over the past like couple months, which is honestly super cool. It means we're probably going to see more Pokemon become available, but it honestly means that maybe we see in like a Series 2 metagame, we see Cinderace and Charizard return as Pokemon.
I really mess with it. I think it's a really cool concept of releasing the Pokemon in this method, because we thought it was all going to happen at once, but it didn't, and we're like getting them here and there, and these are like not Pokemon that are like slept on. These are competitively viable Pokemon. But before we get into that, if you guys enjoy, leave a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and answer my comment question of the day, which is well, it's gonna be twofold. What do you think about Charizard and Cinderace in VGC in a possible Series 2 metagame, and what Pokemon do you think is coming next? Spoilers, I think it's Delphox.
Delphox would make sense, or even like any of the like Kalos starters like Greninja or anything. But Delphox makes more sense because it's all fire types, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna release like all three fire types, then all three water types, then all three grass types. But I think it would have been really cool if they did like Charizard, Cinderace. No, if they did like Charizard, Chestnut, and like Inteleon, and then like another, and then like the other three, but like, you know, one of each type, you know.
Yeah, segmented. Yeah,
I think that'd be really cool. But let's just get into it, right? So like, what's changed with Charizard? Well, by the way, they're not currently legal. They're being released through raids, right? And they get the mightiest mark, so make sure you go out and get yours. But the thing with these guys is that so the rules on Pokemon Home say like Series 1 will run from December 2nd, I believe it was, until January 31st. So that's a soft, like they listed 2 months there. It wasn't the season, it was the series. So that's a soft confirmation that Series 1 is going to be 2 seasons, and it's going to end at the end of this month, which is January. So in February, after the first round of tournaments, we're due for a slight rule change, which is, I believe we did the same thing in Sword and Shield, where I think Collinsville was like in was in like late January, or it might have been like late February, and by like the end of February we were like in Series 3 or something. Point is, after the first tournaments we get a slight rule change, but it's not going to be big, and we're anticipating that it's probably just going to be the introduction of whatever got added through raids.
So, I mean, there's always like the option of it's just Paradox and Ruin, guys, but like that's all we can really look to. But then we also have Charizard and Cinderace. Like small additions, I think would be kind of cool. But yeah,
I'm cool with the small additions, and then the huge additions like Paradox and Ruin, like towards the end of the year, and then like next, I don't know, whenever we get like DLC, just like the first DLC. I think that's a cool way to do it. But we should probably get into like the actual Pokemon. So what's changed? Not much with their movesets from what I understand. I know that Cinderace lost something big. It doesn't have coaching anymore because the Isle of Armor movesets are gone. But let's start off with Charizard, right? So Brady, I'm really scared of Charizard.
You're scared of? Wait, really?
Yeah, okay, so here's why, right? So Charizard isn't scary as a fire and flying type because like Rock Slide exists and stuff, right?
Right.
But as like a Terra Pokemon, I actually find it really, really scary because it's almost like a fast Torkoal. It has to like use Torkoal next to it, right? Because it has like solar power. But the idea of like Choice Scarf Charizard with like Terra Fire and Heat Wave as like an end game cleaner is actually really crazy, because 100 base speed is like enough where it doesn't need to run a Choice Scarf, but if it wants to, it can max out that speed and that special attack and like just start clearing things, right?
Yeah, I mean, also, I think Choice Scarf on a base 100, you can almost afford to run Modest even.
Yeah, well, actually, let's
which
see.
is-
It's just 143 is what you have to clear. Yeah, no, you can run Modest
Yeah.
Scarf, and like then you're like cleaning up everything. Actually, let me pull up the damage calc.
You have to be faster than Dragapult, and that's like
Yeah.
that's all you gotta do.
That's actually a good benchmark. Let's see how much we deal to like a resisted Pokemon like Dragapult. So like Charizard, blank set. Let's give it Modest Solar Power. Put it in the sun, and give it Heat Wave, and we'll Terra Fire it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do2 Terrestrial Fire versus, oh my god, this Abomasnow's dead. No, all right.
Abomasnow has stopped existing multiple times.
So just versus Dragapult. First of all, spread move, you're doing 68%.
Yeah.
And that's off of like a Scarf. Like if you specs this thing, right?
Torkoal gets
Dude, if you run
hand.
specs. Wait, Torkoal gets helping hand?
Torkoal gets helping hand. Fun
You're
fact.
joking. You're joking.
PSA to everybody out there. Torkoal, Pelipper, all get helping hand. Like the setters, all the setters, helping hand is so like fast spread to like so many Pokemon at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
That's
so helping
really
hand
cool.
Torkoal's real, helping hand Pelipper's real, and that's weird.
Okay, so
I don't
like
know.
so yeah, you can run like the Modest Scarf set and then like helping hand it. Where's the helping hand button? Here it is. Yeah, no, and then you like one-shot Dragapult, which is a resist. How much is Garchomp taking? Because that's like the biggest thing. Garchomp takes like 81 to 96, but keep in mind that that's like a Terra Pokemon, so if you come in on the Terra, you just one-shot without the helping hand.
Yeah.
Golden Go in absolute shambles, considering that this is a Pokemon that outspeeds it too. And like honestly, the more fire types we get, the better. And Charizard can even Terra Grass. It can even Terra Grass. Like every fire type's the best grass type this gen.
Yeah, so Charizard just has like, well, I mean, adding to Charizard's like move pool is really good in that. Like, running like Terra Ground even could be decent, like just to add that extra bit of coverage with Terra Blast. But you also have so many moves that are already just so good as well.
It didn't keep
Scorching
Sands. Yeah, I was gonna say if they kept it somehow, because I feel like Charizard's the type of mon they would let it keep it.
Yeah, so it does get like a lot of moves, and it like is able to use them, and then it gets extra coverage in whatever Terra type you want to run. But generally, I feel like you want to be running something like Fire or even like Grass. Just seems really good.
You sound like this.
You're running something more akin to like it feels. It kind of feels like, you know, remember how back in the day when people used to run like Eruption, Scuff, Typhlosion.
Yeah,
it's essentially the same deal. You go fast, you do big damage, you hit what you can.
Yeah.
And
Terra Flying is also a thing, right?
Terra Flying, yeah, with Terra Blast. You don't have to rely on like Air Slash, because it's inaccurate, but
pretty sure you beat Garchomp then, right? Hold on. So like Modest, yeah, because if you're Terra Flying, you get the adaptability on Terra Blast now.
Yeah.
And you still have solar power, so you don't beat Garchomp, but it does like a little bit more damage than Heat Wave, which is crazy. So yeah, that's like a really scary hit. Is that one-shot drag? I'd imagine it one-shots Dragapult if it like is doing that much to Garchomp. Yeah, you're one-shotting Dragapult at that point. That's really cool.
I would imagine you see Charizard, because Torkoal is very I feel like you run that guy on like hybrid teams most of the time, hybrid Trick Room like offense teams with Chlorophyll, Lilligant. I imagine you see Charizard a lot on those, just because it gives you another like fast offensive threat, outside of just like, oh, I'm going to click Trick Room now and do stuff, you know.
Yeah, the only thing is it's like so weather dependent that like you don't want to face like any weather other than sun, because like if it has like 109 base special attack, and the only reason that's like strong is because it gets a life orb, or not life orb, it gets a choice specs off of sun, right? So yeah, while you're like able to one-shot a lot of Pokemon, if this thing like even like sees a Pelipper, it's not dealing damage it needs to do. If it sees a Tyranitar, you just got to disconnect, because you're not KOing that thing. Unless you're on like Terra Grass. Terra Grass could actually be really cool on this guy.
I think it probably makes a lot of sense, just because like you'd be running into those water types like Pelipper and Green and stuff. Just having like not necessarily Soul Beam. You could just run Terra Blast of the Terra Grass, and then you just do your thing.
Yeah, and then you don't even need the Scarf, to be honest, because like we're calcing like We're like, because we want to like outspeed stuff with like the scarf so we can actually like KO them in the sun. But if we can just eat the hit, because now we have like okay defenses, like 78, 78, 85.
Yeah.
We can just stay in on them now, you know?
Yeah.
You can even run like Hurricane on this guy and put him on a rain team.
Yeah, like, does it get Blast Burn?
Yeah, they keep their like one shot, not their one shot moves, but they keep their like signature starter moves.
Yeah, yeah. So you give that thing. Oh wait, no, not Blast Burn. What am I thinking of? What's the fire move that removes your fire type?
Oh, burn up. No, it doesn't get burn up. No.
Aw, sad.
Yeah.
Like I'd imagine like burn up would be kind of good because you did that with like Moltres at some point. I remember people were running Moltres on like rain teams.
Yeah, and you would just burn up, lose your fire type, and be a pure flying.
Yeah. Which is almost always pretty good because you burn up and then you can spam Hurricane for the rest of the game.
Charizard's really one-dimensional though. Like it does one thing and it does it good. It is a sun attacker that gets KOs. Like if we compare it to Cinderace, like they're completely opposite in the way that they play. One trick pony physical or one trick pony special attacker, and then like an entire what Brady, what do you call like a big group of horses? Is it a herd?
Like a pack, like a.
What is a group of horses called? What is a group of horses called? Is it a herd?
Band?
Team. Okay, this is completely a team of Cinderaces.
I mean, they're soccer players.
They are. Oh wait, yeah. Okay, I guess a group of Cinderace would be a team. Okay. But Cinderace, right? This is like the scary Pokemon.
Okay, so I've been saying I've been like in the lab with some people and thinking about, you know, Hydreigon. Everyone's talking about Hydreigon at the moment. Hydreigon's really good. What is the one guy that could fix this demon that we're having to deal with right now?
A fast
Cinderace.
fighting type, which we don't have, but now Cinderace becomes one.
A fast fire type with Libero with high jump kick and a bunch of coverage. I think that's Cinderace.
Yeah, and U-turn, it still gets that. Like, all right, so this is basically just like, okay, the best thing we can compare it to right now is Meowscarada, but it's Meowscarada with fire coverage, and it's a little bit slower, and it beats Meowscarada. Like, that's the best way to describe it. Because what is it? Meowscarada right now runs like Flower Trick, U-turn, knock off, and like Trick Room or Protect, right?
Yeah.
And Focus Sash or Choice Band. But honestly, I think that like with Cinderace, you pretty much have to run the Choice Band is the issue. Choice Band or like Life Orb.
Choice Band or Life Orb seems pretty good. I like Choice Band with Protean or Libero, I guess in this case, is generally pretty good just because of the nerf of the first move you use is the type you stay as, which is kind of bad for Cinderace because it was like always pretty versatile that way. With like a Life Orb set back in Gen 8. But now the Choice Band, you're just gonna be putting like a lot of damage out with like Pyro Ball, High Jump Kick, Iron Head maybe.
Oh, dude, I forgot about Pyro Ball entirely. How did I forget about that?
Yeah, Pyro Ball, its signature move, it's Floodless without recoil.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Rocky Helmet going around, so that's actually like really nice because like you don't have to touch a Moongus to like one-shot it. That's really useful. And what was it? We have to say like the elephant in the room. Libero and Protean got nerfed, right? So like you're stuck as you're typing. So because of that, Meowscarada, it will sometimes run Overgrow if it's not running Choice Band. Because it has to like switch its moves and it wants to keep stab on like knockoff, right?
Yeah.
Cinderace doesn't have that problem.
What the thing with Meowscarada having Overgrow as well is often it will just run its 2 stab moves and then 2 other moves.
Yeah.
So that's why you would run Overgrow over Protean, because you don't necessarily want to keep one typing or another. You don't get any benefit from having it, really. Cinderace just has all the coverage moves it could like ever want, to be honest.
Yeah, Zen Headbutt, Sucker Punch is all really cool. Quick Attack is even like kind of useful. But honestly, here's what I'm scared of. They gave it Swords Dance.
it does get SD, and
Yeah.
that's the fun thing. So I've been watching a lot of free-for-all content recently, and one of the coolest sets I've seen recently is SD with Flame Orb and Facade Terra Normal.
No.
It's like a really funny set that I think could be funny. So you set up SD and you give it like Protect and then Facade and whatever else.
That's like the fastest, strongest Facade user, right? Except for like Hariyama under Trick Room. And then Pyro Ball probably.
And then give it like Pyro Ball and then like Terra Normal. It sounds like really cool to use and really fun actually. It might not be good, but a man can dream.
Yeah. All right. So here's the thing that I'm scared of. Like Swords Dance is a thing, right? Court Change could actually be really cool versus Murkrow.
Oh, because it resets Tailwind, right?
It steals like Tailwind.
It steals it around. Yeah.
So like that's a really cool move that it has. But also here's the really cool thing, right? This guy, if we're already running Choice Band Libero, you don't even have to like Terra Fire. You can just have like the best coverage in the game. Meowscarada can't really afford to do that because it's like it doesn't have like the damage output that Cinderace does. Don't get me wrong, it's only like 6 more attack, but because of Cinderace's like coverage moves, high jump kick, Pyro Ball is like its main stab, it can like it feels like it hits harder, right? Flower Trick is entirely dependent on the crit. You know, 70 times 1.5 is that's 105. Cinderace's Pyro Ball is 120. Like it's higher damage, but like there's no crit, right? High jump kick is higher damage than anything that Meowscarada gets. So if you run Terra Blast as like your final move, you can get like the final coverage that it needs. So if we're like accounting for everything, fighting hits what? Steel, rock, dark. U-turn hits dark as well. Pyro Ball hits steel, bug, grass. What's left on the list that like Cinderace has to worry about?
I guess you worry about water types, so you run grass.
Yeah. Oh, we found it again.
We found it again, guys. The fire type turns into a how original.
Yeah, welcome to the club. You are among friends, and by friends I mean Armarouge, the fire type that turns grass, Arcanine, the fire type that turns grass, Volcarona, the fire type that turns grass, Skeleturge, the fire type that turns grass, not Torkoal.
Not
Rotom Heat, the fire type that will turn grass on occasion.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. They have
item
item usage on Pikalytics now.
Oh, that's huge, actually.
Oh, yeah, that took forever. Oh, we finally have EV Spray. Oh, let's go. I can finally steal things. Anyways, point is, Choice Band Cinderace feels like a menace.
I think it's gonna be, it's as much as it is like it's been nerfed and loses the versatility that it once had, it is still extremely versatile. Yeah. Like, it has so much coverage, and it has the tool of, I'm Terra Grass now, and I'm gonna Terra Blast you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
And keep this in mind, right? Like, the speed tier is insane. The only thing that outspeeds it's Dragapult, really, like the only relevant thing. Meowscarada loses to it most of the time, so I'm like not including it in that. And also it's bulkier, so it can like eat a hit. But the only like real big thing there is Dragapult, which you beat with Libero Sucker Punch. So beyond that, it's like it's not like the fastest Pokemon in the game, but it's so fast that it's secure in what it can do, right?
Exactly.
Golden Go, gone. Hydreigon, gone. Garchomp. Wait. There we go. Found it.
Terra Ice.
That's actually crazy. That's actually kind of crazy. Basically just becomes like a bootleg Weavile.
Yep. It's just insane how much coverage it gets, and then now with Terra Blast, just like the world you're oyster, just like choose whatever you want, honestly.
Yeah. How familiar are you with like was it Terra plus Protean mechanics?
So I believe the way it works, I'm fairly certain that once you Terra, your Libero can't change. Like,
okay. Does it work in such a way that, like, let's say that my Meowscarada's Terra like bug, right? If I Terra bug and then go for Protean U-turn, do I get the adaptability boost on it, or am I stuck as a grass dark type?
No.
Or am I just immediately a bug type?
You're immediate. Okay, so the way it works is, with the adaptive, like with the Libero or Protean type that you change into, it will never become adaptability.
Okay,
so
that's what I figured. But if you do it first, right?
If you do it first, no. It's always, because when you Terra, it always takes your, when taking your stabs into account, it's always looking at what your Pokemon's like base typing is, not like what it's been changed into. And it would work the same way with like Soak as well. You don't get the adaptability boost, unfortunately.
Okay.
That said, if you're a grass or like a dog type on Masquerada or a fire type on Cinderace, you're still going to get the adaptability boost because that's just the type that you are. But you're not going to get the stab boost. You'll get the regular stab boost, but you won't get the adaptability stab that you would for turning into Libero guy.
Dude, this Pokemon's crazy. High jump kick does almost like 80% to Rotom Wash.
Yeah. Look, there's a reason. There's like a reason this guy was used a lot in at least Gen 8. Like Dynamax was good for that, as for Cinderace as well. That's something we also need to mention. Charizard and Cinderace lose their G-Max because there's no Dynamax in the game.
Oh yeah, no one here cares about that. We're not talking about Dynamax. I haven't said Dynamax in 3 months. Let me now.
But basically, it still keeps that role of super versatile hyper offense guy because you just have so much coverage, and it doesn't matter what you're pressing. It's still gonna be stab every time. Well, not every time, but the first time. And yeah, it's just super cool. And also the cool interaction with U-turn is that you get to turn into a bug type and then switch out, and then you have another turn of Libero.
Yeah.
Because it works like fake out.
Yeah, let's say you're like choice band, right? That's kind of huge because versus like Armourouge teams, you can just like U-turn out on the Armourouge if they're like Terra Grass. Because the issue with like fire types versus Armourouge is that they Terra Grass and you can't touch them because of Flash Fire, which is like its best ability. So now, like, Cinderace actually has options. Like, even, like, High Jump Kick does a ton of damage with Libero Boost on the Choice Band.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Do a lot of damage, and it's super cool. Super nice. And that's also, like, another, like... Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, at least on hyper offense teams. It's just really good at filling holes and, like, coverage.
It's really good at filling holes and, like, busting them open, too.
Yeah, it's good at doing that because it's got a lot of moves.
I mean, we don't have much else to say about these guys, right? I mean, like Cinderace would fit on like any hyper offense team. Charizard would fit on like any Sun team.
I would not be surprised if we saw a lot of Cinderace sitting next to a Murkrow.
Yeah, no, that's actually a crazy lead. Yeah, dude, even like Covert Cloak, because like in tournament, right? Like you can't run Covert Cloak because it's like pointless unless you want to. It's like a preventative measure, not like a gotcha measure, right? In tournament because of open team sheet. But like Cinderace plus Murkrow is like a really scary lead if you put a Cloak on Cinderace.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah. Oh, and it intimidates nerf to hell this gen too, so Cinderace is even scarier.
Yeah, so unless we see a huge pickup in Arcanine or just any Intimidate guy, before, like during the Cinderace coming around, I would expect to see just a lot of Cinderace. I mean, even then we have Clear Amulet now. You can run that instead of like a choice band. Like you're doing less damage, but then you're also guaranteeing your damage every turn.
Yeah, let me actually check. Nice. Let me check the one calc that matters.
Mousehold. Ooh,
right.
You're faster than Mousehold,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, you're faster. So Pyro Ball always one-shots Mousehold. That's huge.
Yep.
All right, nope. This is the best Pokemon. This Pokemon's gonna be like A tier immediately. Charizard's probably gonna be like C tier, but like maybe B.
Charizard will work.
Cinderace will put in work.
Yeah. He's picking up the slack. That's all I'm saying.
For sure. I'm really excited for this dude. I actually hate Cinderace design-wise, but I really like what he can do. You know.
Yeah. He's got the moves. He jumps real high and kicks balls and kicks you with a jump kick or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but hear me out. This will be the year of Inteleon. Don't ask me to back that up. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video at any point in time, do me a favor, leave a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Brady. You know, he's always a cool dude. And yeah, anything you want to say?
Not really. Subscribe to Mucker, subscribe to me.
Yep. That works.
Smile.
Yeah, that's all. See you in the next one. Charizard, Cinderace, forever. Bye.